you doing?
Excellent. Thank you.
What's going on?
Not much. You hear me loud and clear?
I do. How about you?
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Cool. So, welcome to Pitch Investors Live.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
What your name's Avidis?
Avadis.
Avidis. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So Deanne sent me the deck. I'm looking at it right now that you put together. Love to hear more about what you're doing, and I'm a little familiar with the space, so I'd love to see how you're attacking it.
Great. I can start with a little bit of background on myself.
Yeah.
In the visual effects and gaming industry for the past 20 years. Last 15 years, I've been specializing in lighting specifically. And basically, with the augmented reality and where the tech is right now in all the space, like cloud computing and everything, thought of combining augmented reality with what I know, specialize in lighting. And that's what I have today with my pitch with Illumination Interactive.
Okay.
Do you want me to just jump right into it?
Yeah, please do.
All right, great. So basically, I'm sure you know someone that's gone to a hardware store or a lighting place, and you wanted to see. You don't know what bulb to get or what lamp to get for your business or home until you bring it home, assemble it, put it up. You have no idea how it looks, how much light it gives to your environment. So what we've done, what we intend to do, is basically take all the products that manufacturers have currently and turn them into 3D assets that are augmented reality ready and VR ready. Brian, are you still there? Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this thing off my screen. Sorry, go ahead. I can hear you though.
Okay, great. Yeah. So basically, taking the traditional approach to taking these catalogs, creating digital assets of these, and then being able to take your iPhone or Android device. Basically, you start by scanning the environment, build a 3D representation, connect the virtual camera with your real camera, and then be able to go through, pick the item you want, drop it into your scene, whether it be on your wall, ceiling, or floor, and then instantly see the illumination cast onto your real environment. So you basically add a layer on top of your real world, basically what augmented reality does. Mm-hmm. You can basically change the style, how many watts, color of the light, etc. So
cool.
Yeah, applied. Essentially, it's a framework and platform that can be applied to any product. Mm-hmm. Gaming. It actually solves a lot of the problems that we have with augmented reality right now. Shadows are not right. The lighting is not accurate. Most of the stuff that you've probably played with doesn't look very good when you drop it in. So this will give you precise lighting, proper reflections, refractions, shadows, you name it, and occlusion as well. So
cool. Let me ask you something. Can you, because here Pitch Investors Live, it's you're in front of an audience, right? So I would like for you maybe just to go a little bit more into what augmented reality is. I understand it, but in case anyone out there who's watching doesn't, just kind of paint a high level picture of what augmented reality is, and then we can dive more deeper into how your product actually works.
Sure. Yeah. So the easiest way I find to explain it is you have your real world, and basically you're literally just putting a layer on top of your real, whether it be an object, it could be a painting, a chair, a light, you name it. You basically put it on top, and you see how it integrates into your real world, how it feels, scale wise, the look and everything like that. So that's kind of the most broadest top level.
Sure. So you're taking the stance of the at-home lighting market. Is that right?
No, it can be designers as well.
It can be designers as well. Okay, so the lighting market in general. So walk me through how someone actually uses it. They need to get new lights, whether it's chandeliers or lamps or hi-hats or whatever it may be for their bedroom. Okay. I I take, so I open up. Is it an app that you created?
It will be, yeah. So
Okay.
this is all kind of the early stages. It's the idea and kind of bringing it all together and getting the funding to build the app, the MVP. So I don't have
Okay.
currently.
So we open up your app, and the video pops up, and I put it on my bedroom because I want a new chandelier.
Right.
So what happens is that you have different chandeliers within your app, right? And then on the screen on your phone, the chandelier will then pop up on the screen. So as you're looking through your phone, it looks like now that there's a chandelier in my bedroom. And I could flip in between different chandeliers to see which one I like, which one looks better in my room. And you're also bringing it to the next level of not just showing what the chandelier looks like, but what it actually does for the light in your room then, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Cool. Very cool. Um, where do you get the products? Are you bringing your own lighting products in house, or are you connecting with other people who sell those products?
So basically, the business model will be to approach all the lighting manufacturers
Mm-hmm.
and ask them if they want to digitize their entire catalog of lamps, bulbs, etc., and kind of take it to the new level of marketing using augmented reality. And then it would be free to. There will be 3 different levels of the app, like a free version for the consumer, potentially like a silver, gold, and platinum versions where someone can pay to have multiple versions of a scene to save the scene, to do a video capture and use a browser as well, bringing that into the mix. Use your phones, but then as well as use your web browser to kind of change out the lighting and
Mm-hmm.
kind of share that. And those 3 packages just kind of increase the storage space you have and the shareability you have. So the top level one more for a designer who really wants to have a bunch of clients and be able to show, the different lighting products.
Cool. Let me ask a couple questions. Like a company like Wayfair,
Yes.
they probably sell a lot of lights. Do they have any augmented reality aspect to their business right now?
You have to send mock up something. I've seen a few companies do, but none of them actually do any type of illumination, and typically the lighting is off completely. It doesn't look accurate, and the scale is typically hard to get exact because the app as well. So you're not getting a 1-for-1 what you would get in reality. So that's really
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the things I'm trying to solve by this is really nail the look, and people get what they really expect. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sounds like you have a couple different aspects of the business that you need to create and develop. One is the technology, 2 is the product, and there's obviously more to it. Marketing and logistics, all that stuff. But um, talk about the technology. Is this something that you guys are building from scratch, or are you licensing someone else's augmented technology that they've created, or walk me through how the technology is going to be developed and built?
Sure. So a lot of it actually does exist right now with AR Kit and AR Core. So you have Apple and Google backing that heavily.
Mm-hmm.
They have 4 point something million devices out there in the world, and basically the back end is a lot of what I do visual effects. So it's a lot of cloud computing,
Mm-hmm.
kind of combining those two together. So there is obviously some proprietary stuff that needs to be developed, but not. We're trying to leverage as much as possible that exists in the industry now, with artificial intelligence, cloud computing, machine learning, all of it, and really just fusing it all together.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically, you're kind of utilizing the technology that's out there and personalizing it for your application. Okay, walk me through the product aspect. I know that you're going to, go to lighting manufacturers and get lights and all that. And I'll tell you, I just bought a new house, brand new house. I had to go every single room, every single aspect of a home that you kind of take for granted is there. I had to do myself, and lighting is a big part of that. And I literally looked at probably thousands of chandeliers for my bedroom, for my main room, for my daughter's room, for our hallway, for outside of our bathroom. Like we probably now have like 6 chandeliers in the house. Okay, looked at thousands of them. So having the right product is probably almost important as having the right technology, because you can have the best technology in the world, but if you have 3 chandeliers there for people to look from, it's not going to work. People aren't going to buy it. So talk to me about that strategy, because we've been involved in a lot of e-commerce platforms, in some specific categories. And this is where we see many of them fail, is just not having the right product.
Sure.
How do you think you're going to get the right product?
I mean, really kind of just approaching them, obviously having the physical MVP in hand and able to go to every single manufacturer and just kind of demonstrating the capability of the product. I think, will win a lot of people over. I'm sure there are a ton of traditional companies that don't want to do it the old way. But if you want to stay, on pace with where it's going with VR and AR, you really have to kind of start adapting now. And I no lighting company at the moment. So it's really
okay. I mean, it's all about merchandising. It's all about your team there. So do you have a team right now, or is it just you, or tell me about that?
Just me right now, and basically I would be contracting a lot of this work out and kind of building that up really quickly to get running.
Merchandising is one of the most important things that you're going to have to do. Most important. Okay. Let me think. Marketing. How are you going to market?
I mean, besides the standard, social media kind of platforms to get out there, we are going to start in obviously small testing groups, obviously with the alpha, beta, and ultimate final MVP. So we kind of just building that movement and obviously building associations like someone like you and other, to really get the word out there. My main strategy.
Okay. Financials. How much are you looking for? How much money do you need? Use of proceeds. What do you need it for?
Sure. So basically, what I'm asking for is right now, and to break that down,
is what? Say that again.
1 million to get it.
Okay.
And I can give you the breakdown. Thinking around like $100K for the marketing aspect of it, about $100K for obviously patenting, legal documentation, contracts, etc. Around $450 for developers, because I'll need Android and iOS developers, again, rendering engineers, and then around $250 for the hardware itself. So, workstations, buying all the different devices, testing it all. All that can be obviously moved around, but that was kind
of how long's that $1 million last you until you either need more money or are profitable?
Well, the goal would be within the next 12 months to get the MVP fully out there, and I could see the $1 million lasting over a year, over the 12 months. As we progress, it depends on how aggressive we are. To do another round of funding, because once we have the MVP, we can pitch it to the manufacturers, start getting contracts, and then the revenue will start coming in.
Okay, so the $1 million, will that last you up until the MVP, or is that going to take you to a point where you are producing revenue?
The goal is to have it last until we get initial revenue coming in. Yeah.
Okay. And then what? And then you need to raise more money?
Well, if the revenue kicks in, if we get, potentially 50, 100 clients, that will sustain us for a little while. So, really.
So when you say 50, 100 clients, are you talking about like designers, professionals, or end user consumers?
Well, no. So approaching the manufacturers, when we digitize their entire catalog.
Oh, you're talking to manufacturers. Okay.
Yeah, there's a little cost associated with that, but at that point, there's about three or four, actually four ways of income, like the revenue. So it's approaching the manufacturers, having them pay for digitizing, getting a 3D VR AR ready product. Then there's the 3 levels of packages, the silver, gold, platinum, and then as well as average. So like Google, like Facebook, people are constantly putting, the featured product. So the companies would pay for a featured spot in the marketplace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Multiple revenue streams within the app.
Okay. What's your background?
My background is all visual effects.
Okay. Have you ever launched an e-commerce platform before?
I have not.
Okay.
No.
Do you have any like what we call a dream team around you? Any good advisors? Any people who know a lot of things that you may not know?
That's what I'm trying to build, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's I have a lot of artists. I have a lot of engineers that I can tap to, like hundreds, if not thousands of people. We all come from the same space. It's more the advisors, the business end, the e-commerce end. That's what I need more advice on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So listen, I mean, I like the idea. We were doing a deal to bring augmented reality into the art world.
Yeah.
Actually never got off the ground. There's a few reasons why. But it's a cool idea. It's a cool idea. It's, to launch a platform like this is, it's not easy. It's expensive. It takes, all the development work. Marketing is going to come into play. Product selection is going to be key. And those are all things that that you could tackle and you could definitely be able to overcome.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool idea. I mean, the deck you put together is nice. It seems like that you have a good, you have a nice design aspect to it. I'll be honest with you. I think it's a little too early for us.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's, I think it's a great idea, right? You have a good idea. You haven't built anything yet.
Right.
You don't have a team around you. We'd like to see it a little further along, typically, because I think that there's a lot of things that you're going to need, and a lot more things that you need to put into place. Like if you got $1 million right now, would we have the confidence that you could, pull it off with everything you just told me? Maybe, maybe not. And maybe once that $1 million comes in, then there's a lot of things that you're going to put into place.
Mm-hmm.
But you haven't showed that right here yet. But I think it's a cool idea.
Thank you.
I think there's a lot more fleshing out that you need to do, and a lot more things you need to pull together to make it happen.
Right.
More than just money.
Sure. No, definitely. I agree.
Yeah.
And the app that you're talking about, the art field, that was actually one idea of market expansion, is letting kind of traditional artists, sculptors, be able to put the stuff on a digital platform and, let people see it in their living room, on the wall, see how it looks before they do. So that's an aspect.
Anything else? I mean, do you have projections that you've created and details of how you're going to utilize the money and and how the revenue is going to come and how much revenues and expenses and all that? Do you have detailed projections?
I don't have the detailed projections. I kind of have the ballparks of where the expenses are projected, like the revenue coming in.
See, I think you need to go through some of those exercises, because once you do, you're going to then learn more about your business that that you may not already know right now. Learn more about the team that you need to make things happen. The the marketing, because it doesn't seem like your marketing plan has really been thought out yet either. I look at it almost as a tech, merchandising, and marketing, almost like a three-legged stool. That those three aspects are the most important. And it seems like you got the tech figured out, but the other two seems like is kind of just ideas in your head, and you haven't really planned those aspects out.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
No, I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's great feedback. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, again, it's a cool idea. And I think without knowing if anyone's actually doing it else out there, I think it's cool because I'll tell you, we ordered, like when I was telling you with my house, we ordered a chandelier in one of the rooms, and we returned it. We hated it when it came, and probably could have avoided that. And so it's cool. Yeah, I like it. I mean, there's a lot of lighting needs out there, but I think you just need to put a little bit more thought and plan into it.
Yeah, I agree. No.
Okay.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else?
No.
Awesome. Well, it was good meeting you. Appreciate you coming on the platform here. Hopefully you had a good time on Pitch Investors Live, and let's stay in touch. You can get my information from Diani, I think, who probably set this all up. And if you have more details and projections and thoughts and plans, then let's touch base, because I really do like the idea. And if you have a little bit more of that in place, I think we could be good contenders for this.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely flush it out, go into detail, and be in touch. Definitely.
Cool. Awesome, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a good
See ya. Bye-bye.